Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and we're getting ready for our weekly art journal challenge. And the scripture this week is Matthew 7:24. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. So the three prompts for the week are house, collage, and a color that you haven't used. So what I'd like for you to do, of the colors, like the primary and secondary colors, red, purple, blue, green, yellow, and orange, look through your journal, because you've probably used a lot of one or two of them. I know I've used a lot of blue and green. So look through and see what you have not used much of, and whatever the least used color is, use that this week. So the least used color, house, and collage are the three prompts. And this one, for me, my paint came through really bad on this one. Even though I used gesso, it came through big time. So I'm going to gesso these pages before I get going, just in case. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I'm going to go ahead and gesso them just to protect the pages as much as I can. Okay, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I was surprised to find out that the color I used the least, I thought it was going to be purple, but it was actually yellow. And I like yellow. I don't really care for purple that much, but I do like yellow. I'm surprised I haven't used it more. So yellow it is, and so I am going to paint the background white first, and then I'm going to use yellow, the liquid, the high flow acrylic, and use it to run around over the white. So just a quick coat of white acrylic, and then I'll let that, no, I'm not going to let it dry. I'm going to let it be wet. So I'm going to put the white, and then while it's still kind of damp, and this, it feels dry, but it feels like it also has just a little bit of moisture still in it. But nevertheless, I'm going to go on and use the same brush that I used the gesso and just start to brush white paint, which should help seal it too, because it's just like plastic. So I know this has gone through, the gesso has gone through and activated the sprays on the other side, because since they came through, that means that they're not sealed. And so it's actually changing what it looked like on the other side of this paper from last week. So that's just the way it works, and you kind of can't be in control of everything, as I have found out the hard way. But that's okay. This is a journal for experimenting and learning, and we're not going to sell any of this stuff in a gallery or anything, so it takes the pressure off of you to make everything perfect, hopefully. I just picked up some red from somewhere on this wax paper, probably. Now, I have neglected making new journals, as you know, journal kits for my Jesus Junk Journals on Etsy, mainly because I felt like the Lord showed me the kits that I have out there. Like, those are, I feel like He gave me what I did there. And they're kind of eternal, like, it's not like they're going to go in and out of fashion. So they're out there for whoever wants to do a Jesus Junk Journal. And I've been waiting for inspiration for any new journals or anything. I've had several ideas. And so I think I will be doing some new kits. And so we'll just have to bear with me. I think I have an idea for a set of cards that would go in a journal. And so that will probably be the next thing that I put out there. So anyway, that's a little bit of that information. So here's the white paint, still a little damp, and the high flow acrylic. So I'm going to put some of that on here, get my spray water. And grab this unwieldy journal and move it around. Okay, all right, I'm going to let that dry and then I will come back for the next layer. Okay, I'm back and this is dry. We've got our color down. So I'm going to paint. I've decided I want to do the rock with the house on it, obviously. And I think I'm just going to watercolor paint a rock. We'll see how that works. And actually, now that I say that, this is not going to cover this. So I need to paint it on something else and then cut it out. So let me get a watercolor tablet. And I'm going to use this piece here. I know, I'm really tight, so I'm like looking for one I can use that I've sampled something on already. Okay, so I think that gives me enough area to paint a rock. So let's see. Just going to get some water. And I need like brown. Sure that looks like stone, but I am going to say that it does. I'm just going to keep picking at this until I get it the way I want it, I guess. And then I'm going to make a house with the collaging. So let me get my scraps. And I was going to piece some things together, but I have this really cute postcard that somebody gave me. and I can't remember who it was. If it was you, please forgive me for not remembering the name of who gave it to me, but it's really pretty. So I'm going to let that be the house body. Because I really like it and I don't want to tear it up, and that way it will pretty much be whole and I can look at it forever in my book. And then the roof, I like this paper because it has scripture on it, so I'm going to cut it. Well, now all I have to do is the lettering. Okay, I feel like it needs some more interest, so I think I'm going to do the ransom lettering maybe on this. So let me get my letters out. Here's my file of letters I've cut out. And I'm just going to start pulling the letters. Okay, so here we are. This is all dry, and I'm going to make a confession. I was ready to just end this, get my video done, turn it in. And you know what? This has happened pretty much all the time after I do the video, because I just want to get the video done so I can edit it and get it out there by the Monday and so on. But so many times when I go back the next day and I look at the page I did, I will see that I really should have added something else. So this time I'm going to do that because this just isn't finished. And so I want to add some lines to this house, and I want to work on these. I don't know if I can get that to look any more like a rock or not, but I'm going to give it a try because I'm not really happy with that. So we'll see what happens. It may not look any more like a rock than it did now, but we'll see. I'm going to mess with it some more. So I'm going to try and just add some shadowing and depth to some of it, and just see, first of all, it needs to go across here like it does the rest of it. I was doing angular lines because I thought it made it look more like a chiseled rock, or like how sometimes rock breaks, but it just wasn't coming across very well, I don't think. Let's see what happens if I add a little bit more texture to it. See if I can get it to look more like rock. And then I'm going to do some spattering, which I should have done before I put the postcard on, obviously. But I think that adds a little more kind of organic feel to it. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. I think it looks better than it did. And then the house itself, I feel like it needs just some lines around it. And I'm going to use, I don't know if that will, I'm not sure if that's going to take watercolor. Let me think for just a second. Because it's acrylic, I don't think watercolor paint is gonna, I think it's just gonna beat up like it kind of did there. So let me get, let's see, what do I want to use? I'm gonna get my little palette out here and pull some blue and some green. Okay, right in front of my face, that's where. I'm going to do this. All right, so I'm going to take some water, thin this down so it's a little more like watercolor, and just draw some lines. Really just to emphasize the shape of the house and kind of make it stand out a little bit. It's the little things, right? And then I'm going to take my, all that paint for those little marks. Okay, and I'm going to go back to a technique that I haven't used for a long time because I kind of forgot about it. And it's just the sketchy, using this water pencil, aquarelle pen, Stabilo. It's called an all pencil if you want to order it. And it's watercolor. And just this kind of sketching around the shapes. All right, I think I'm done. I think this looks better. I like the emphasis with the black. It just adds another touch of the hand done piece for me anyway. I know a lot of people don't care for that, but I like it. And so that is it. I'm going to quit. And so thank you very much for watching me, and I hope you make one for yourself and put it out on our Facebook page. It's called Jesusjunkjournals Creators on Facebook. It's a group that you can join and show us what you've done. And meantime, I will see you next week for the next one. Bye-bye.